Hey everybody, and welcome back to Checkpoint on Campus, your voice for college esports. Norris Howard here, as always, alongside Jacob Brothers. And we have a few awesome guests with us here today, coming to us from Seton Hall. They have an NBA2K event that's going down that we wanted to share because it seems like a really cool event. And we don't get a chance to talk a lot about college NBA2K, and we definitely wanted to touch on this just a little bit. So from Seton Hall, we got Victor Gomez joining us, as well as Andrew Stein. Victor's essentially the esports director, and we have Andrew Stein, who is more so the overseer of all sports, all things sports, including esports at Seton Hall. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and so basically, Victor, I want to start with you. Tell us a little bit about this NBA 2K event because, like I said, we don't see a lot of 2K or anything like that at the college level for esports.
Sure. So while we don't currently offer 2K as one of the games that we play, we were thinking in partnership with our sports properties about how we could really reach out to our roots. Seton Hall is a Division A school, and the Big East is known for its basketball. And this opportunity came up and we thought, 2K basketball, let's do it. And our sports properties, as Andrew can tell you, has done an amazing job in putting this together. And that was really the mentality behind this tournament.
Yeah, I saw this. Sorry to interrupt you, Norris. Because this might be a good general manager question. Because I saw that this is backed or supported or at least affiliated with Level Next. And Level Next has also played a part in the Madden tournaments. And it was kind of Norris and I felt the same way of like, we haven't seen much collegiate Madden. And then suddenly there's this tournament and suddenly it's this big news. So what is Level Next? What does the involvement of Level Next look like in this tournament or this event?
Yeah, absolutely. So Learfield IMG College is the main company of where we work. And that's where Seton Hall sports properties are. We're obviously the multimedia rights partner of Seton Hall. But there's 200 schools under the Learfield IMG umbrella that kind of go into there. And one of our big initiatives for 2021 and beyond is really focused on esports and what Victor mentioned, really opening up esports to the entire campus community. Level Next is our esports initiative. There's a national program called Level Next. And then what we're doing with this esports tournament with the NBA 2K is really called the Challenger Series. The Challenger Series are individual tournaments at each of our campuses.
Yeah, and so essentially, for you guys, this is more akin to like an intramural in the traditional sports world where it's more so competition is focused on the campus itself, a lot less about competing against other schools. But one thing that I really think is cool here, and I want to ask you, Andrew, about this because we don't get to see a lot of the sort of big conferences perform at the highest level when it comes to esports. Obviously, Big East, Big Ten, SEC, other conferences like that, they have these huge apparatuses for traditional sports. And we haven't necessarily seen that trickle down and mean success for esports. I want to ask you as somebody from a programmatic point of view, with Level Next's involvement and with everybody sort of opening their eyes a little bit to esports, do you think the big conferences, have kind of been a little bit late on this one?
I think obviously some conferences are better than others, just like in everything else. But obviously esports is growing tremendously over the last few years, and I think it's only going to get even bigger. So I think we're right at the point where it's going to kind of go up. And I think, obviously with esports as a huge team and Seton Hall as a priority, it's just going to continue for growth.
Yeah, and I want to go back to I want to go back to Victor and talk more about this specific tournament. Like you guys said, this is much more of a campus and community-based tournament. What led into that decision in terms of making it sort of about the campus and about the culture of the campus itself, as opposed to going out and trying to have an invitational, invite other schools, as we see many other schools do? They have these sort of standalone invitationals. What made it so important for you guys to do something that was very local?
Sure. So we've been competing alongside the Big East in 2 titles, League of Legends and Rocket League, and we've been growing a lot that way and participating in said invitationals. I know we had the honor of participating in DePaul's State Street Showdown last month, but we haven't been able to really internalize our esports, and we wanted to open it up to our community and give back to the community that made us who we are. So this was a really good callback to that. We don't think that this is going to be the end. We only see this as a stepping stone towards future and being able to host invitationals in the future. But our end goal is to hopefully host a tournament in the future in person. And that kind of isn't really reliable right now. So we decided, you know what can we do as an esports group to help not only our community raise spirits, but also just have fun? Because at the end of the day, that's what esports are all about, having fun and competing. So this checked up all the boxes.
Actually, a question about the community of your tournament. I saw on the website that it says it's for Xbox One. Was there a reason for picking one console over the other? Was it a coin flip, or have you looked at the community and maybe more people in your community have an Xbox over a PlayStation?
Got
kind
it.
of thing.
So on our end, Learfield has really taken point on this, so that was their call to make. On that aspect, we're kind of just supporting on getting more community engagement.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think from our standpoint, it was just more of more people that we knew had Xboxes at the current time, and obviously the new PlayStation was just coming out. We figured Xbox One, and then also Xbox was more successful at the other schools, the other Learfield schools that have hosted Challenger Series tournaments.
Yeah, I think this is a great idea. I think the more people that we could get involved in the world of esports and really start viewing it as high level competition, I think the better. And this is not an indictment on any of you guys, but I just think that some of the traditional sports titles have not been at the forefront of some of the innovation of esports. And I think that with stuff like this, it poses a unique opportunity to get communities that traditionally would not be involved in esports more involved in esports, especially by having the tournament on console. I think, again, we talk about PC divide, console divide. A lot of people who have consoles simply can't participate at esports at the highest level, and I like seeing this kind of stuff because it gets more folks involved. And so the last thing I want to ask to Victor is that, once you guys get underway, depending on sort of your reaction, do you plan to expand this Challenger Series or expand this sort of thing to other games? Is this something that you guys will keep within the realm of 2K, or are you looking to do this year over year and with more people?
Yeah, so in our ideal world, we'd be able to expand this because, as you said, there is a divide in not only title and genre in terms of esports, but also in sheer accessibility. And to that end, we've been trying to bridge that gap. We opened up a computer lab with high-end PCs so that anyone from our campus community can come in and join in on those higher-end titles that are more traditional esports, so to speak. But we also don't want to forget that a lot of our folks grew up on Madden 2K, right? And these sports are integral to their own experiences with video games. So while I don't know that we will do it for certain, I know it's something that we definitely want to look into expanding upon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Victor and Andrew, coming to us from Seton Hall. Don't forget, guys, the registration for this tournament is still open and will go on until March 25th. So you got a little bit of time, but not a lot. The first games will take place the day after on the 26th, and you'll get a chance to play. If you're at Seton Hall, you'll get a chance to play for iPads and jerseys and gift cards and stuff like that. So if you're on that campus and you got a little bit of extra time or you got some skills, make sure you guys sign up for this Challenger Series. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us, and we hope that the event works out well.
Thank you again for having us.
Thank you very much.